I walked in and I see gold dust being sprinkled everywhere. I thought it was going on my head, but it's not. So
No,
tell us
it's
what.
not good on your head. You know, that was the first thing I tweeted this morning. I feel like there should be gold dust in the air. Well, you know, I think that what's great about working with Lela in particular in this show is that she always is inspired by some kind of architecture or some kind of, you know, movement. And in particular this year, she was inspired by a designer, a furniture designer. His name is Arnie Jacobsen. And Arnie designed the egg chair. Everyone knows the egg chair. So she was inspired by that. So the clothes in particular have that kind of feel to them. You know, they're classic, you know, Lela Rose, which I love. But what I wanted to do is create something that would be just a little bit different, that wouldn't be the same as always. So what we did is we put a deep center part in. After the center part, we used my Fix-It gel all the way through. And then after that, we used a medium-sized barrel curling iron, wrapped the hair around the iron to create some texture. We wanted 2 different textures to be happening. And then after the 2 different textures, I used my beautiful old hairspray to rough everything up. And as the hair was waved, I used my fingers instead of, you know, because I wasn't trying to create a tease. What I was doing is just trying to create a kind of a whimsical feeling to the hair. And how to do that is I use my fingers in order to kind of back brush it, back finger it, if you will, to create this movement in the hair. And then after that, we put an elastic on the ends, turned everything up. Most people will turn everything under because I don't want it to necessarily look like a faux bob. I want it to look more like an updo. So I put the elastic on, we turned everything over, and then pinned it. And it turned out really beautiful, but I wasn't satisfied. I felt like I needed to take it to the next level, and how I took it to the next level is gold leaf. Took sheets and sheets of gold leaf and just sprinkled it on the back of the chignon, if you will. It's really beautiful, and then followed it with my hairspray to keep everything in place.
The gold leaf is gorgeous. It looks really kind of magical, and you kind of wanted to echo that in the makeup with kind of sparkle here and the kind of shocking green. I love actually the shocking green with the gold. I think it's a beautiful complement. And I think Lela's show that's always kind of ethereal. The girl's always ethereal and really beautiful and magical. So I think it worked really well together.
We've worked with Ted Gibson for so many seasons, and he's just amazing. I'll come in and explain kind of like what the reference for the collection is, what the inspiration is, and I'll show him some ideas of what I'm thinking, and then he just turns that into the most amazing, fabulous thing. And he came up with this gold leaf this year, and I was like, oh, I love it. I mean, there's nothing. I'm going to have gold leaf in my hair for the next 5 months, for sure.
I wish I said Ted sprinkle on my hair and see what happens, but nothing happened. And then lastly, about the collection, what's the inspiration for this collection this season?
Well, it's really all about Arne Jacobsen and mid-century modern furniture. And it's a period that I've always loved, but I was eating at Noma in Copenhagen, which is one of the most forward restaurants, and the whole restaurant was still filled with this mid-century modern look. And I was thinking about how modern that look still and how relevant it still is today. So you'll see these references of the swan chair and the egg chair and the whole collection that I think it's got this architectural feel, but still very feminine and, really beautiful.
La 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 la.